Thanks for joining the Note Takers podcast with Lloyd Bowman. Today's inflation nation has left many retirement accounts on the brink of collapse. It's due to the great loss of capital. Well, in this case study, I will cover how to get your retirement plan and your goals back on track by investing in non-performing notes. Now, with notes, we are dealing with the legal document or the agreement the borrower has with the lending institution. The mortgage is the collateral file that accompanies the note. So, in other words, the house is the collateral if the borrower defaults on the legal agreement, the note that the borrower has with the lender. By investing in notes, we indeed become the bank or the lender. We, as investors, go out to the secondary market to purchase these notes. Secondary market is small banks, credit unions, hedge funds, hard money lenders, or people did seller financing to sell their property. Now let's take a look at a past case study example of how we as an investor can take down a non-performing note and receive an above average return on that investment. This first lien position note in Dayton, Ohio was purchased from a pool of notes sold by a hedge fund. Banks and hedge funds can be a great source for note investors who are buying for their own portfolios. This property is located in a good blue collar area with modest crime and average schools. Fair market value for the property came in at around $55,000. The borrower had not made a payment in about 2.5 years between the late fees, interest, other collection fees. They had arrears of around $20,000. The unpaid principal balance was $90,000. The property was purchased in 2006 at the height of the housing market when values were inflated at that time. Now we got the unpaid principal balance of $90,000, so that's the amount that the borrower still owes on the property. Note was picked up by us, purchased for $8,500. We did keep in mind that there would be some workout costs after we had purchased the note. Found out that the borrower owed back taxes of $5,000, so $5,000 in back taxes, and from the BPO or the broker price opinion report is what we have a realtor go out and examine the property, take exterior photos, and provide a list of comps for the area. We end up discovering that the house was very well maintained, landscaping and the roof, everything well taken care of, and that's what you're looking for. If the goal is to keep the borrower inside the property, you want to see that there is some kind of connection, some kind of love there. If they been in the property for a while and they have some kind of value or some kind of family attachment to that particular property. The borrower had modest income and was kind of frugal in the way that they spent money. Could have be could have been that they had a lower paying job or lived on a fixed income and was struggling financially. We believe that this was a good candidate for a loan modification. Legal activity started with a 6-month journey of introducing ourselves and reaching out to the borrower to make them comfortable with working out a solution with us. Ultimately, we wanted them to understand that this is a serious matter and that they must get it resolved if they want to stay inside the house. We significantly reduced the principal balance to get it more in line with the fair market value of the area. The interest rate ultimately was reduced, and this actually ended up lowering a monthly payment based on what we understood they could afford. That gave a sense of relief that they owned a home that they were going to be able to pay off at some point instead of feeling like they owed twice as much as it was worth, seeming that they were upside down on the loan. We changed what they were currently paying each month, making it easier for the borrower to keep up with the payments that fit the financial profile. After having the initial dialogue with the borrower, we had a loan modification in place within a few weeks. We started seeing payments coming in within 6 months of purchasing the note. Note was paid per the loan modification terms for about 16 months, and we turned around and sold a note to an online portal of investors for $37,000. So we paid 7,500 in workout expenses. We had an all-in investment total $16,000. So we collected 16 months of payments after the loan modification, and we ended up receiving a total of $7,200 of those payments. Took 6 months to work out this loan modification, and for a combined total of 22 months. And when it was all said and done, we collected a return $44,200. So let's recap here. Recap: 6 months of workout time and 16 months of payments brings the combined total of 22 months. Over that period, we turned a $16,000 investment to a $44,200 return. Very impressive. And these kind of things are going on in the note mortgage space. And this is why we love it so much, and mainly purchasing first position non-performing notes. That's our focus here, the note takers. It warms the heart that we're able to keep the borrower on track and find a way to keep them inside their home. That's really the ultimate goal. You want to help the borrower out, not coming in being the bad guy and looking to put them out. This is that extra step down the road that the main lending institutions are not taking. Is not that they may not want to take it. It's just they have restrictions and guidelines that they must follow, certain policies that they have in place. Whereas we come in and buy these first position non-performing notes on the secondary market, we can have a different type of relationship. We can work it in a different manner and ultimately help keep that borrower inside the home and get them to paying their note mortgage on time, which is a win-win for us ultimately as an investor and getting a return. So it's a win-win type of situation. And we're able to significantly reduce their debt on the property and allowing them to, like I said, to allow them to be able to get back up on their feet. This gave them a lower monthly payment from the previous agreement that they had from the previous owner of the note. And we received a great return on investment, as I stated. And on top of making money for our business, we were able to just keep that borrower out of a tough situation. And besides doing a loan mod, other ways if it just didn't work out in that manner, ultimately we could do a deed in lieu of foreclosure or cash for keys, just basically where they sign a property over to us and just leave it, or we give them cash for the keys to the property and for them to vacate it and keep it nice and clean and help them to get a new start and just walk away from it without having a foreclosure on their record. And that's another strategy. And then, also after foreclosing, we can turn around. We can either we can fix it and flip it, uh, relist it on the MLS and get it sold, or we can hold it as a rental property and continue to generate uh, returns from that property. So a lot of different ways that we can work it in the no space. Like I say, our main focus is to keep the borrower inside the property, inside their home, something that they personally have invested in with their family and the neighborhood and the neighbors and the schools and where they work at, and things being convenient just in terms of knowing everything is at and their personal belongings. So people do have a personal commitment to their property and being inside the home. So we try to help them out and try to keep them inside the home as much as possible. Thanks for checking out the Note Takers podcast. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can be updated on future podcasts and other events and other things that we have going. We do deal with investing in real estate, getting the best returns for our investors. So that would be a great reason for you to subscribe to this channel and stay informed of what we're doing around here. I'm your host, Lloyd Bowman, Note Takers Podcast. If you want to reach out to me, you can do that. Go my email. It is Lloyd@LloydForRealEstate.com. Once again, Lloyd@LloydForRealEstate.com. Do have a website that you can check out as well. Do get in touch with me if you have any questions or you'd like to discuss working together on some future projects, taking out some notes. Thanks so much for watching Note Takers Podcast.